we got so pumped about the idea that these big, the biggest wealth manager in the world, right? If they're going to apply for an ETF, they must know that it could go through.
There was certainly this market sense that BlackRock must have known something or something like that. They didn't come out and say that. But at the end of the day, there was part of this reality here that perhaps BlackRock, Fidelity, many of these asset managers, they're doing two things at once. One, preparing for a future in which perhaps one day a spot Bitcoin ETF would be approved, and diversifying their business models further. But now what we're hearing, and remember, we still do see Bitcoin riding quite high, near 30,000, in and around.
It hit a one-year high today.
That's the thing. It's not that the new news about the SEC saying these filings are inadequate is taking away the exuberance at large, even though we saw a lot of the exuberance come in on the heels of these filings, as well as another crypto exchange, as we knew, that added more liquidity to the system here. Yes, it is interesting. According to the Wall Street Journal reporting, Matt, the news itself is that the agency informed NASDAQ and Cboe Global Markets, which filed the filings on behalf of these asset managers, that the filings are not sufficiently clear or comprehensive in these instances. But remember, they do have another thing that had given confidence to the market, which is these surveillance sharing agreements with these exchanges that you've seen other issuers also come up and add to these filings. So the direction of travel is the industry still pushing forward in the face of what they already knew was regulatory uncertainty.
I will tell you, Bloomberg is now reporting that the NASDAQ is working to answer questions and give updates for its next iteration of the filing, and the CBOE also, a spokesman there, confirmed that they will refile on that behalf of Fidelity. So they're going to keep pushing for it, right? But why is the SEC fighting this so hard? Bitcoin is a commodity. It's not one of the tokens that falls under the SEC's security. No, I realize, but there are ETFs of other commodities. Why not Bitcoin?
So look at what had happened in the crypto communities in the last couple of months. You don't want to get into a position where you're offering a retail investor a product that might not work out for them. So there's a lot of caution here when the SEC is looking at what's under their watch. Remember, futures ETFs are already in full force,
including leveraged futures ETFs.
Exactly, and the futures are really under the purview of a different agency here, the CFTC. And they have been much kinder to the crypto industry than the SEC has in the last several years, really, let's say, not even just the last year or two under Gary Gensler. But to the point that you're making, there's still this push for that spot ETF and the expectation that it will be big for Bitcoin.